Konbanwa. Guten Abend, liebe Leute. Wir machen heute weiter, wo wir gestern aufgehört haben. In den Klassenraum, der ein Klassenzimmer ist. It seems his endgame was to find someone who might take pity on him and try to find something better. Two of them worked at the same restaurant, so he was one of the few people Soichiro knew before starting school. It was also the reason Soichiro was able to learn the true meaning of the phrase, can't live with them, can't live without them.
Oh, いいな。しずきも来いよ。今日は待ちに待った缶詰祭りをすっからさ。ついに結婚するのかよ。誰か冷静になった方がいいんじゃないのか。実際。バカ、すげえ楽しいってきっと。そりゃパチモン臭いけど、カニ缶とか食い放題なんだぜ。サバ缶じゃなくて。
マジ？やったー！俺も参加する。コンビーフは一人一個？それとも早い者勝ち？
Okay.
お前な、一人で何個も食えるもんじゃねえぞあれ。うまいの最初の1個だけだって。しずきたちが来るならノルマは1人7個に下がるのか。助かるな。
ところで木の実の弁当の中身なんか缶詰より硬そうじゃね？
The boys usually passed the time by making fun of each other's lunches, but today they were united against a common foe. A pyramid of countless cans stood in the middle of the table. They had all been taken from a pantry of a certain student's house, and the expiration dates on them had all been scribbled out with a marker.
よし、やろうども。各自毎缶切りの用意はいいな。食べるも地獄、残すも地獄。我ら5次元目の授業はないものと恐れぬ修羅となり、鉄の悪魔どもを平らげん。食材は下町の何でも紹介、マーケット中山からの提供です。
ヒュー！バカも休み休みイエーイ！
The boys united as one and hoisted their can openers in the air.
ほら、しずきも食べようぜ。缶切りならまだあるからさ。いや、君らの弁当の毒味はごめんだって昨日言ったはずだ。それに、その缶詰半分以上賞味期限切れてるだろ。なんだよ、釣れねえな。
Quite an explicitly eccentric group of guys. Their real motivation seemed to be to spread the pain. But moved by their energy and conceding defeat, Soichiro got up from his seat and joined them. And before he could... Another interested party joined the fray. A girl with short but stylish hair had called out to him. She had also tried to get Soichiro to join the track and field club several days earlier. He answered with a troubled look on his face. On the table was nothing but a pile of fruit Soichiro had never been seen before.
なんで？パパイヤとか嫌い？マンゴーもあるし、ヤシの実だってあるし、内緒だけど夕張メロンもあるんだから。
The members of the fruit club pumped their fists in unison and then laughed ecstasy.
待て、なんだヤシの実って。あれ食えるもんなの？あ、マンゴー余ったら回してほしいな。
バカ、肉食え肉。そんなんだから貧弱な体してんだぞ。
Yep, Nico is das Beste. So she couldn't keep track of all the voices flying across the room.
わかるのはどっちも破滅的だってことだけだ。
That being said, he found it difficult to refuse them outright. His tendency to accept other goodwill, his face value occasionally left him frozen with indecision. Unaccustomed to regular human interaction, he was unable to judge when it was or was not appropriate to turn someone down. Someone tapped the lost little lamp on the shoulder.
ほっとけほっとけ。いちいちここのバカどもに付き合ってちゃ人生台無しだ。適当に流しとけばいいんだよ。ほら、お前らもな、 善良な羊を悪の園に引きずり込んでんじゃねえよ。
An inappropriate loud voice echoed through the classroom from behind him.
副会長
So she turned around to see a boy about a head taller than him. His long hair, while unkempt, had been brushed back, giving it an appealingly windswept look. His attractive features belied the concept for the classroom his eyes carried. Unlike the professional, dopey-looking Sojiro, he was an extremely attractive boy, capable of captivating anyone who raised so much glance at him. In most cases, such a boy's presence would be met with awe and respect. However,
なんだよ副会長様のお出ましかよ。てめえらのバカ顔にはコリゴリだって学食に陣取ってたんじゃなかったのかよ。
へへへ、ここは見ての通りボンクラどもが集う貧民街でございますよ。王子はほら A 組の綺麗どころとカフェでお茶でもしてればいいじゃない。
またしずき呼びに来たのかよ。青子女子といい飛び丸殿下といい、しずきなんかヤバいことしちゃったのか。
しずきくんは校則違反しないじゃん。ちょっとそれ以外のルール破るだけで。ってことはやっぱり築地くん青崎に振られてからそっちに走ったって本当だったのね。
oh man! They continued to give him a hard time. So she couldn't help but feel sorry for him. The class vice president, on the other hand, showed absolutely no reaction whatsoever. He glared at them with a broad look and simply raised his voice.
相変わらず無駄に元気があって結構じゃねえかてめえ。そんなに活力たぎってんなら冬季特別清掃班にだって参加できるよな。おい、今んところ自主的に申し出てるのは全校で一人しかいねえんだ。西全員が参加すりゃ俺も青崎も肩の荷が下りるってもんなんだがよ。
The menacing growl in his voice contrasted greatly with the boy's well-constructed looks. Both team canned and team fruits words were doused like a fire being smothered. This was partly due to the fear of the boy, but mostly due to their fear of special vintage cleaning team. Yeah, the special winter cleaning team. Joining meant spending part of your winter break cleaning up the old school building in the mountains reoccurred yet that had been neglected by the previous two student councils. It was far from legalized torture that could potentially ruin 3 whole days of your winter break. And forget about any compensation in form of extra credits. No, it was pointless volunteer work for a student council project. It was partially a miracle that they had found even a single volunteer.
いや僕らちょっと体弱いんでスミッチョで缶詰食べてますね。
私たちも貧血気味でこうやって果物食べてないと死んじゃうっていうか冬休みはもう予定いっぱいっていうか。
Feiglinge! All of the students but one scuffed away.
よし、昼食はやっぱり静かにやらねえとな。1年坊主の教室より2年の教室の方がやかましいなんて苦情いい加減にしやがれよアホども。
The mob meekly scurried away. So she returned to join them, but as he did,
お前はこっちだ宗次郎。ちょい顔貸せ。
the hand on his shoulder held him in place.
生徒会応募。人んちのテーブルマナーまで指図してほしくねえよな。
Kinomi cursed him under his breath. To his friends, the second vice president turned to go.
はあ？上等じゃねえか木の実。いいぜ。お前が記念すべき2人目だ。
The vice president must have heard everything Kinomi said, because he gives him thumbs up before figuring out the jabbing in his eye.
はあ？何言ってんですかあいつ。あれ自主的なイベントじゃん。いくら副会長だって強制はできないですよね。
The problem child of Class C laughed merely.
そりゃ昨日までの話だ。会長の提案が学校側に受理されてな。本日付で生徒会役員は強制力のある推薦権をもらう。特に会長と副会長の推薦は絶対だ。拒否した場合、学校側はともかく青崎が何するか俺には止められねえから、そのつもりでな。
それ事実上の死刑宣告じゃ。生徒会マジ応募。
Kilo with terrified shriek continued behind them as the vice president and Toshiro left the classroom.
お前も大変だな、宗十郎。
あんたも割と暇なんだな、副会長。
The two entered the empty student council room. Misaki High School's council had the use of two rooms. One was a large office specifically made for the student council. The second was an archive room, once used as a perpetuity office for math courses. As the later of the two, the walls were lined with dense-packed shelves, making an already cramped room seem even more confined. For this reason, they served more as a private refuge to the student council. The two students sat across from one another. Tobimaru Tsukichi. He was the son of the children of Misaki High School and the vice president of its school council. Like Soichiro, he was in his second year and first met the transfer student a week earlier, but the task of looking after him was dumped onto the student council.
副会長はやめろって。クソったれな話だが、俺は所詮会長の犬だからな。
As self-deprecating as it was, he hardly seemed dissatisfied with the arrangement. He took a snack from his pocket and grinned at it before taking a bite. The 100-calorie energy bar sacrificed flavor for efficiency, but somehow not enough to prevent him gnawing on it like a piece of jerky.
そうか。でも犬は良くないな、飛び丸。
Soichiro sat in the chair with a concerned look on his face.
犬がどうしたって？
犬は良くないって言った。例えが違う気がするし、何より怖いぞ、あれ。
なんだよ。山奥育ちのくせに犬が怖いのか？
Wie kann man Angst vor Hunden haben?
そりゃ大抵の生き物は怖いけど、犬は別格だ。怒涛を組んだ野犬ほど始末に追えないものはない。足の速さも脅威だけど、何より執念深すぎる。坂だろうと追いかけてくるし、最後の一匹になるまで引かないんだぞ。
Soichiro opened his lunch as spokes. Inside the bright green glove, three beautiful made triangular rice balls.
ショックだ。
ショックって何が？
いや、そんなこの世のものとは思えない握り飯を見たのは初めてだ。
それどっちなんだ？
褒めてるんだよ、バカ。
Soichiro was always confused by phrasing that could be interpreted in multiple ways. Euphemism and simple sarcasm were often lost on him. It was only rare occasions like this one that he chose to confirm what he was being said. Toimaru had come to suspect that Soichiro had a very black and white way of seeing things.
ところで、その固まった小麦粉みたいなの、美味しいのか
？Soichiro started the energy bar with a curious look on his face.
まずくはねえが、うまくもねえよ。人間、何事も手間暇惜しむようになっちゃおしまいだぜ。
Toimaru quickly finished off his bar, put another one on the table, and grabbed one of Soichiro's rice ball. Soichiro failed to notice the rudeness of the force exchanged and gave the proffered energy bar a try.
なんだか土を食べてるみたいだ。
違いない。 遊びをなくせば人生こんなもんだって見本だな。
Auf Richmond Toshiro labored over his energy bar, drinking all the while. He was both curious of the unknown loaf to leave something unfinished.
今無理に平らげる必要はねえぞ。そいつの利点は携帯食ってところだからな。素で味気ないが食えるうちは味が落ちないのがいいところだ。まあそっちはともかく。どうだ、少しは慣れたか？
ああ、飛び丸や青崎が気を使ってくれているからね。
Tobimaru turned his eyes up to the ceiling, unable to handle Sojiro's carefree smile. As absent-minded as Sojiro might have been, his expressions were nonetheless incredibly earnest. It was like poison to someone as self-absorbed as Tobimaru.
だから青崎は来ねえんだよな。
He took a bite from the rice ball to steer and step away from such thoughts. Thoughts not cold. The rice had managed to maintain its freshness, startling Tobimaru.
いや、ま、気を使ってんのは俺だけじゃねえか。青崎なんてお前が転入した日に彼迷惑だから見張ってての一言だけだぞ。
なんでそこで君が怒るんだ？
いや、だからだな。お前が学校になれるよう陰ながら見守ってんのは俺で、青崎は生徒会室で全校生徒の弱みを集めてるだけって話だ。面倒な苦労してんのは俺だけじゃねえかって。
Tobimaru stopped himself and realized how ridiculous he sounded. Soshiro rightly so. No, it was nothing to get this upset over. Well, whatever. I'm
いいさ、青崎に言いつけられなきゃこうなることもなかったしな。知ってるか、あいつどうして俺にこんな役させたと思う？
副会長だからだろ。
Tobimaru's handsome face went dark.
あのな、どうして副会長が転入生一人にかかりっきりにならなくちゃいけねえんだよ。いいぜ、機会があったら青崎本人に聞いてみな。あいつ
He snatched another bite of the rice ball while grumbling under his teeth. There was again rice grains that were just dry enough to be fresh and tender in the mouth, a morsel that betrayed the humblest description, which must have been delicately molded by a master chef rather than effortlessly clumped into a ball.
そして何よりこの塩加減、中の具から染み出した厳妙な醤油加減はどうだ。食欲をそそるどころか脳を食欲だけにするような。
飛び丸、思ってることが口に出てるみたいだけど。
あ、いや、それほどのショックだったってわけだ。なあ、その字、これ具は何だ
Zonoji? It was only natural to inquire about an unexpectedly delicious bite. He had been nibbling around the edges and had not yet reached its center.
ああ、それはイナゴ。
ありえねえ。
The vice president choked on his cord. He assumed that sushi would prefer earth ingredients instead of seafood on account of his mountain life, but he never expected he would use grasshoppers.
くそ、食う前に言えよな。信じられねえぐらいうまいと思っちまったじゃねえか。
ああ、今のは嘘だよ。
They locked eyes for a moment.
本当は鮭。いくらなんでもイナゴはね。
おお、そうだよな。いや、安心した。
ああ、こんな都会で身の締まったイナゴが手に入るもんか。
As Chris was responsible, Tobimaru decided to let him go.
たく、どっちにしても冗談きついぜ。危うく吐き出すところだったじゃねえか。
君が青崎の悪口を言うからだ。
So she closes his eyes and she continues to chew on his rice ball. Tobimaru watched incredulously as Sushiro made no attempt to hide his disapproval.
おい、今のはさすがに聞き捨てならねえぞ。俺が青崎の悪口を言ったから意種返しをしたと、そういうことか。
Sushiro continued chewing. The country boy's silent protest said all that needed to be said. The vice president suddenly looked like he had been struck by lightning.
なんてこった。お前、まさか青崎に惚れてんのか？
Wer nicht?
そうなのか？そうなんだな。おい、眠ってねえで起きろ。
Tobimaru flew out of his chair and violently shook Sushiro by the shoulders. Sushiro opened his eyes.
そうか。お前は1年前の惨劇を知らないんだな。知ってりゃ、そんなストレートな破滅願望を持つこともなかったろうに。
君の言葉には誤解が含まれてるけど、それは後にする。
Tobimaru regained his composure and sat down after a moment thought.
仕方ねえ。この手の噂をするのは好きじゃねえんだけどな。
Tobimaru assured himself that it was in Sushiro's best interest as a young man to know.
あれは青崎がまだ1年の頃の話だ。あの頃はみんな入学したばっかりで、青崎がどんな性格か誰も知らなかった。あいつ外見は文句なしに美人だからな。そりゃ男どもは狂気乱舞したもんさ。
Little did they know that soon after they would go crazy for an entirely different reason.
4月5月はもう上を下への大騒ぎだよ。あの時ばかりは上級生も下級生もなかったな。野郎同士の牽制、共闘、果ては決闘まで。まあよくも騒いだもんさ。
なんでそんなよくわからない事態になるんだ？
そりゃ青崎は一人きり、命知らずな野郎は延べ100人ほどいたからだよ。一人一人青崎とランチしても3ヶ月かかるだろ。だからまずは男同士でつまんねえ暗闘があったのさ。まあいい。わからねえならそこは飛ばそう。所詮負け犬どもの話だしな。でな、そんなどうでもいい戦いを勝ち残った奴らは、青崎はあれで、なんていうか、相手のなけなしの誠意じゃなくてあれか、勇気、そういうのを無視できずに認めちまうやつだからな。言い寄ってくる相手を可能な限り丁寧に断ってた。が中にはそれで勘違いしちまうやつもいてよ。3年のある野郎がこれは脈ありと見て青崎に何度も言い寄ったんだよ。多分そいつは頭がおかしかったんだ。今にして思うとそうとしか思う。
Instead, Tobimaru decided to gloss over the fact that the student was also the former student council president.
学園ばかりか、青崎の家まで押しかけたそうでな。あまりにしつこいんで青崎も堪忍袋の尾が切れたんだろう。ちょっと口にするのははばかられる方法で振ったんだよ。結果こいつは自分から他校に転入希望したばかりか、三崎町からも逃げ出しちまって、青崎も1ヶ月ばかり自宅謹慎を食らった。
Naja, ich kann sie verstehen.
世に言う血の公会堂事件だ。詳しく知りたけりゃ本人はまずいな。新聞部にでも行け。あそこの部長は命知らずだから聞け。
Ich hoffe, das kann man machen.
飛び丸、その具体的な表現を声に避けてないか？
仕方ねえだろ。理事長の息子だろうがなんだろうが、怖いものは怖えし、高校ぐらいは無事卒業しとかねえとな。うちの女子の制服見るたびに規制を上げるトラウマなんて持ちたくねえよ。
Soshiro tilted his head to the side of confusion. Tomorrow had lost him with the comment.
ああ、いい。それより、なんで青崎なんかがいいんだよ、宗次郎。
He tilted his head again, this time to the other side.
おい、お前、本当に青崎が好きなのか？単に胸がドキドキ言ってるだけなら、それは恋じゃなくて恐怖だっておしまいだぜ。いくらその字がぼんやりでも、理由ってもんがあるだろう。
He started to send even further. What Toymaru was saying sounded off, but Soshiro decided not to press the matter. All the more because he found many of his own emotions toward Aoko was likely to be incomprehensible. That was because they had not truly spoke to each other since the day she showed him around. Every time Soshiro tried to talk to her, she immediately got up and left. As fate would have it, they ended up working together that recent Sunday, but they only idle chatter on the way and back.
けど飛び丸、君は知らないだけなんだ。時々なんだが、誰かの視線を感じて振り返ってみると、いつ失敗するかを心配して見ている人がいる。飛び丸の言う通り、ただ廊下で俺を見かけて単に監視していただけなのかもしれない。本当は俺のことなんて気にせず素通りしたいのかもしれないけど、どんな種類であれ彼女の心配は本物だ。それにここが一番大事だと思うんだけど、実際の話、青崎のそういうところのおかげで俺は助かっていたりするんだ。
His tone was measured and sincere. Toymaru sighed with a single of regret. If not for those words, he could never introduce Soshiro to a more suitable girl with whom he could have lived out of the rest of the school. There is a peace. He never went to such a length for his other friends. Generally speaking, it was some sort of benefit to him. He was unafraid of exploiting another. If there were no use, he didn't bother getting involved with them. That was how Toymaru Tsukishi operated. Soshiro happened to be the type of a person who provided no benefit to Toymaru, yet some sparked in him the desire to help. It was not the French was completely alien to him. He just did not have many people he felt close to. So if Soshiro had really fallen for Oko, it was not his place as a friend to try to change his mind.
やれやれ。結局、惚れてるやつには理由なんていらねえんだな。
やれやれだぜ。
そんなことはない。理由なら一つある。彼女を一目見たときに綺麗だなって思ったぞ。
ん
Toymaru's sword slumped.
なんだ、あんだけ恥ずかしいセリフ言っといて、要は外見に惚れてますな。
綺麗なものに見とれるのはいいことじゃないのか？自分を綺麗に見せる努力をしているんだから、外見から内面を判断するのはそんなおかしな話じゃないと思う。
The sound like sophism of Toymaru, but he had no counterpoint to offer.
しょうがねえ。わかったよ。この話はもうやめよう。その字が誰をてめえの女にするか。
Now, about the one major thing Toymaru had been mistaken about this whole conversation, namely that Soshiro was not the head over heels in love for Oko and hoped to go steady with her. He merely liked her as a person. Nobody could have foreseen the massive calamity that would be caused by a simple misunderstanding.
だがよ、一つだけ忠告しておくぜ、宗次郎。青崎は喧嘩をした相手だろうと別に嫌うわけじゃない。逆に言えば親切にしたって別に好かれるわけでもない。いい例が俺だ。
He spoke with a pained sight as if opening old wounds from the past.
そうか詳しく。
おう、昔な、あいつがあんまりに独善的だったんで、半年前の夏だ。1年もあいつと生徒会やってたもんだから、俺も女っつうより戦友、つい勢いで平手打ちをしようと右手を上げた。我ながら4番バッターも角やという腰のひねり、確かな実感とともに。
He just looked his eyes as was trailed off.
翌日になって、こりゃ完全に敵扱いされたなと覚悟して生徒会室に行ってみりゃ。で、以来あいつと俺は会長と副会長で収まってる。
She decided the story. He then said with absolute confidence.
今の話を総合すると、君は単にのろけたいのか。
Clearly had missed the point entirely.
なわけあるか。今の話のどこに甘酸っぱい要素があんだよ。俺としちゃあいつを女として見なくなった決定的な事件だったんだがね。
なんだ違うのか。
A look of disappointment filtered across Toshira's face. Toymaru revised his opinion of him. Toshiro was something of a simpleton, but there was something more about him that Toymaru could not quite place.
とにかくだ、俺が言いたいのは、青崎青子の好き嫌いの基準ってのは普通じゃないってことだ。いいことをすれば好かれる、気に入らないことをすれば嫌われるってわけじゃねえんだよ。
So Shiro answered that he would keep it in mind as he looked to the clock. They had been talking for a while, and lunch was almost over.
君からの話はないか。
あ？初めからねえよ、そんな。
Where Tomaru even brought him here in the first place, so Shiro tilted his head in wonder, but shook it off to deal with the more pressing matters at hand.
よし。じゃあもう少し付き合ってくれ。飛び丸に聞きたいことがあったんだ。
Tomaru sat up straight, having never seen Sushi's face look so serious before. So she set aside his rice balls and cleared his throat.
実は昨日こんなことがあって。
He spoke solemnly, and as carefully as possible, he recounted what had been occurred the night before.
しずきくんいる？
It was 10:12, and lunch quickly came to an end. Her face popped into class C, as lively as ever, as if they were an everyday occurrence. Okazaki announced her presence. While Oko wasn't part of class C, she didn't let it bother her as she casually entered the classroom. In contrast, the baby birds who had been so noisy chirping while eating, lunch quickly quieted and began to rearrange the seats.
どういう意味よそれ。
She bristled attention before looking around the room. She could not see the male student she had come here to find. He hardly stood out, so he thought he might be hidden in a corner somewhere, but they appeared to be not the case.
出席番号12番のしずきくんは？
Oko kept the tone professional.
俺？しずきならさっき飛び丸殿下が連れて行ったよ。
Das Heines ist sogar richtig übersetzt. The boy was shocked that she actually knew his name. One might think the reason to this episode to be Marutsuki by a royal title was because he was the chairman's son, but it was because he actually acted like royalty. In fact, the vice president was said to have taken a liking to the title.
飛び丸が？あいつしずきくんと仲いいの？
She seemed surprised. The class seemed surprised at her surprise.
築地くんが男子と仲良く話してるのって今まで見たことなかったよ、私たち。あ、木の実くんはバカだから別だけど。
そうだよな。初めは殿下もあんまり話してなかったけど、 3日もしたら楽しそうに口喧嘩してたもんな。
ま、しずき相手に突っ張っても仕方ないじゃん。あいつ変だけどいいやつだし。
そうよね、いい人だもんね、宗十郎くん。
Having composed themselves, Classy started chatting again. Arco listens for a bit before turning around and leaving the class with her later. And the Sushiro talk finished as quickly as the test started. Lasher was kept so close in the student council room. Sushiro, having told the story, was smiling in satisfaction. Toimaru, still sitting across from him, was frowning. Sushiro tried to yawn as best as he could. Toimaru figured his brow as he was angry or concerned.
人をバカにできるほど器用なやつじゃねえよな。
失礼な。器用な方だぞ、俺は。
His response only confirmed Toimaru's suspicions. It had only been one of two possible conclusions. That what Sushiro had just told him was true, or that Sushiro was so tired he must have been on hallucination at the time. Toimaru says he hoped it was the latter.
宗十郎、率直に言って、俺はお前が気に入っている。
Und ich will gewiss, was Sojiro ihnen erzählt hat.
嘘のない人間なんてのは人間じゃねえ。俺は人間嫌いだから、そんなお前さんが気に入ってたりするんだが、そんなやつまで馬鹿げたことを言い出したら、俺は明日から何を頼りに昼飯を食えばいいんだ。
学食で食べればいいんじゃないか。
He suggested Toimaru face dark death.
分かった。はっきり言おう。それは幻覚だ。幽霊の正体見たり枯れ尾花ってやつだろうさ。それでも納得いかないってんなら、いい精神科を紹介してやる。
War der Geist vielleicht LS?
それが君の感想か。よし、ならいいんだ。
As Spiele Toimaru's verse might have resounded, Tomoe Sushiro swallowed them whole.
そりゃ俺だって神隠しの類だと思ったよ。けど都会じゃもしかしてそれもありなのかもしれないだろう。確かめたかったのはそこなんだ。
Sam Sushiro finished off his last restaurant and neatly folded the cloth.
おい、すると何か？お前は都会の人間は口から火を吹いたり腕が伸びたりするのが普通だと思ったのか？
まあ普通じゃないけど特別でもないんじゃないかと思ったんだ。ここは山にないものが溢れている何でもありの場所だ。だからそれぐらいやってのける人だってもしかしているのかなと。
That's as fate was serious as it was made to be realized just how big a conscious shock Shuchiro must have been experiencing. Living up in the mountains with no electricity, in a place where the night sky was it always had been, where humans were just one more organism in nature's garden, it makes sense that these conditions would create a boy like him. The idea of children growing up so pure was an appealing one, but maybe it was natural to foster possession when your population was so small. Or perhaps it was simply a world with what excessive knowledge was deemed irrelevant. It was precisely because city life offered him so much that was impossible up till now that he had come to the conclusion that anything was possible here.
安心しろ。確かにこっちにはタチの悪い奴らばっかりだけどな。そんな魔法使いみたいな奴はいねえよ。
Ja, also einfach so ein bisschen mit den Titel kennt man als Yoro. But Sushiro seemed unsure. And on Toimaru's part, there were things that Sushiro's solidity found hard to swallow. Whether or true or not, the incident Sushiro had described was disturbing.
まあ、事の真偽というか、どんな間違いでそう見えたかは置いておいてだ。結果だけ見れば、うちの生徒が夜の公園で人を殺したってことになる。しかも双方控えめに表現しても普通じゃねえ。
As a newcomer to town, Sushiro assumed that everyone his age was a student in school. For better or worse, he was right.
一人は火炎放射器を持って、もう一人は まあなんだ、なぎなたでも持ち出したのか、刃物らしきものが何メートルも伸びたときた。
Sushiro bobbed his head up and down as he listened to the disbelief in Tobias' voice. Hearing it repeat by someone else, he could see how someone might think he was taking it for a ride.
正気を疑うな。尋常じゃないぞその話。
宗十郎、お前実は俺をからかってんだろ。
いや全く。けどまあ都会にはそんな人間はいないんだろ。なら飛び丸の言う通り夢でも見てたんだ。ここのところアルバイトと試験が重なって辛くて。
Winter break was just around the corner, and the end of the term exams were but a week away. Both were proving formidable opponents for Sushiro.
基本ができてないから人の倍程度の勉強じゃ追いつけない。ほら勉強ばかりしているとノイローゼをするんだろ。
そりゃするんじゃなくてなるものだが、まあ何にせよやりすぎ飲みすぎはよくねえわな。
減らしてはいるんだけどね。年末ってアルバイトを休む人も多くてその代行も頼まれがちだし。
He shrugged helplessly. It was obvious from his words that he had to be busy. Even if he was not going crazy, lack of sleep could have caused him to daydream, even if this did all go down in the middle of the night.
なんだか大変そうだな、宗十郎。
ああ、実はかなり参ってる。
Sushiro nodded with pained look in her face. What was strange, however, was he did not look the least bit tired.
泣き言言わねえのは感心するけどな。お前、新郎は顔に出ないたちか？ん？
そりゃ、新郎はどこも痛まないからね。
As she looked up to the clock on the wall, lunch was almost over.
時間だ。
ああ、もうそんなに経ったか。気にせず先に行ってていい。
She watched as Tobias made the gesture that seemed to be lament that left a true custom member. His eyes looked as they were looking at a piece of art and not understanding its value.
授業をサボれる身分っていうのは羨ましいな。そういうの、飛び丸が嫌いな手抜きじゃないのか？
そりゃ誤解も甚だしい。俺の欠席は手抜きじゃねえ。
The vice president angrily defended himself as he stood up, but his face merely gazed at him unfazed.
おいおい、あれだけ説明したのに全然分かってなかったのか？しょうがねえ。まず座れ。いいか、その字。常人を上回る英気と幸運を兼ね備えながら、座することなく精進してきた俺でも、ここを卒業しちまえば裸一貫になっちまうんだぞ。ひでえ話だ。てめえの家柄を活用できんのはあと1年ちょいだけなんだぜ。普通一生続くはずの親の七光ってやつが、俺の場合はたった3年間しかねえんだからな。となりゃ有効なうちに使っておかなきゃもったいなくておちおち眠ってもいられねえ。ああ、嫌だ嫌だ。何が嫌かって、バカどもとガン首並べて金勘定するのが嫌だ。たく、嫉妬渦巻く大人の世界じゃ、俺のオブラートみたいな心なんてパックリ飲まれて溶けちまうこと受け合い。
While he must have been joking, Sushiro took his time to be completely sincere. He listened as he envied Tobimaru's ability to be so soon open to his feelings. From his aim of reference, there was nothing he could do but take Tobimaru's first word. When...
そんな経理なんて留年すればいくらでも引き延ばせるのに。なんなら協力してあげましょうか。この
The door to the school flew open, washing away Sushiro's half-hatred response to his friend. This frosty step destroyed the warmth of the whole of the room. It also marked the abrupt end to Tsukishi's reign here.
いや、いい。自分の夢は自分の力だけで叶えようと常々思って。
なら今みたいな恥ずかしいこと力説しないでね。廊下にまで聞こえてたわよ、副会長さん。
Not missing a beat. Of course, he stepped inside the room. Her dark hair was lightly disturbed, as if she had been running. Her gaze missed the city, so she entirely was focused completely on the writing vice president. So she quietly got up to head back for his classroom. To remind grab in the front of our core.
だからそういうのが白状とだな。
He can't step out. Arguably shifts her gaze to Toshiro.
時間がないのは私も同じよ。あなたにはいつも振り回される。
The complaint was her honest opinion.
なんだ？要件は総十郎かよ。
安心なさい。あなたにもあるから。
Her eyes shimmered with a murderous glee. It was slightly different from the more sullen gaze to which Torimaru had grown accustomed. For whatever reason, Aoko's mood seemed worse than usual.
しずきくん、あなた、走るのと泳ぐの、どっちが好き？
Aoko asked abruptly, so she frowned a little before saying he was fine with either one.
一つにして。
泳ぐ方かな。
あなたがまだどこの部にも所属してないから。
A succinct reply, one that left no room for Soichiro's subject.
うちの校則読んだわよね。生徒はただ一人の例外もなく、正直どうかと思う校則だけど、決まりは決まりだから。
そんな無茶な。悪いけどそこまでの暇はないんだ。
でしょうね。
An equal Tear's response. Stupidly to the point, but Tobimaru got the impression that she was expressly trying to keep her interaction with Soichiro short. They stared at each other in silence. Tobimaru stood breathlessly standing on the sidelines until Soichiro broke the impasse.
青崎は分かってると思う。
正直
そんな無茶
でしょうね。
They stared at each other in silence. Tobimaru stood breathless silent in the silence until Soichiro broke the impasse.
青崎は分かってると思ってた。あ、いや違う。きっと。うん。だからそこが強いんだろうね。
Soichiro stood up from his seat. He walked past Aoko and into the hallway.
明日からでいいんだろ？
しずきくんがいいならね。
He did his best to force a smile before leaving the student council room. So. Ich würde sagen, wir hören mal wieder, weil ich habe gestern auch was. Ja, gestern war es, wo ich gestreamt habe. Was Schönes gesehen. Im Archiv. Falsch. Das war Chapter 1. Da sind wir gerade. Chapter 2. Doch da gibt es noch Chapter 1,5. Wahrscheinlich wird da das besprochen, was zwischen Chapter 1 und 2 passiert ist. Aber ich werde diese Szenen erst, glaube ich, nach der Story lesen. Ah, okay, also Chapter 2 hat nur 3 Szenen, also das hat ja 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Szenen. Und das 3 Bücher, also nur 3. Dann mal adios und vierte. Ich will wahrscheinlich morgen weiter streamen. Und dann am Freitag wahrscheinlich. Obwohl, da weiß ich nicht, dann auf Samstag auf jeden Fall. Vierte.